Métis Government of Alberta, Districts 5 and 6. This land, this place, has been a place of story, of ceremony, of ritual, and gathering for thousands of years. And I think it's important for us to remember that as visitors to this land, we have a responsibility to be careful and kind, to listen, to learn, and to honor the people who have called this land home for generations. Yesterday, in Calgary, families, friends, and community members marched to remember Indigenous women, girls, and two spirit people who have gone missing or have been murdered. That's a day that no one wants to observe. And yet, we need to. We hold in our hearts the families who carry this grief, and we honor their courage. Now, I'd like to invite you, everyone, children and adults alike, to take a hand and place it over your heart, and to feel it beating. As you do so, think of someone you care for, someone who may be hurting, or someone who needs safety and love. Imagine sending a quiet message of care from your heart to theirs. Thank you. Even in sadness, this simple gesture reminds us that we can notice one another's pain, hold it gently, and show care. That's part of being in community, journeying together, and acting for justice. Let us lift our voices in song as we sing our opening hymn, number 1003, Where Do We Come From? You'll find it in the teal hymnal. The words are projected as well.
Good morning. There we go. So this is a round. We're going to sing it once through all together, once as a round. Each line repeats. So if you're on this side of the room, group 1. If you're on this side of the aisle, group 2. If you're on that side of the aisle, group 3. Far side of the room, group 4.
Where are we
mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Woo!
Good morning, everyone. Well, welcome. My name is Peter Campbell, and my pronouns are he, they. I am thrilled this morning to be your service reader. I come to Calgary Unitarians because I feel I have friends along this journey of life. They encourage me, they support me, they keep me going, even in the mystery. To light our chalice this morning, I want to invite forward Rachel and daughter Vivica. They form part of the family of our DRA here at Calgary Unitarians. We light this chalice to honor the stories we carry, the joys and the hurts, the wisdom and the wounds. May its flame remind us that in community our hearts can close in fear or instead open in courage. May we see our own truths with steady eyes, hold space for the struggles of others, and choose passive care, generosity, and healing. As this light burns, may it guide us to act with integrity, to listen deeply, and to expand the circle of love in this congregation and in the wider world itself.
I don't know if you heard her saying as she left, "Bye forever." Hanging out with kids and chit-chatting with them is one of my favorite activities, top 10 for sure. Good morning, my name is Rachel Smith. I am the Director of Religious Education here at Calgary Unitarians. My pronouns are she and they, and often I come up here and I'm in a very cheerful, chipper mood, and I have jokes for you. And unfortunately today my heart is very heavy. Our family yesterday, on Valentine's Day, said goodbye to our cat, family cat of 10 years. And so there have been a lot of "why do bad things happen" being yelled randomly by children who are processing their emotions. And I thought that maybe today would be a good day to talk about lament. Does anyone know what it means to lament? You can shout it out. Crying. There's definitely crying involved. Well, they're telling us lament is to passionately express grief or sorrow. It's just a garbage can. Would you like to go back and watch from over there? Yeah. How about you go back and join Breton?
No, I want to be
To lament is to passionately express grief or sorrow. And through one of our sources, the ancient Hebrew Bible scriptures, we learn that the people of Israel expressed their laments in communal worship to God, the God of their understanding. This tradition was an affirmation that God could handle receiving their praise and gratitude and love, and also their anger, their hurt, their sorrow, and their questioning. They didn't have to hide the hard feelings. Now, in UU churches, we don't all pray to a God or even use the word God to describe that which we feel connected to beyond ourselves. I still think there's deep wisdom in the tradition of Psalms, of just expressing the deepest hurts and longings of our hearts, even if we're not sure of the whom to whom we are expressing. This Time for All Ages was actually written by Tara Humphreys, and I pulled it off the UUA website. They have such wonderful wealth of inspirational words or words for times of grief. And this is where I got this topic from today. So there are different types of psalms in the Hebrew Bible. There are psalms of thanksgiving and praise and lament. And they all have different structures. And so, excuse me, pulling my kid up here and having my giant writing pad, I'm a little out of, yeah, do you mind? Reverend Samaya is going to bring that up here for us. I have a little something here. I thought we could take some time to write our own lament together. Perfect, thank you so much. So the structure of a lament often includes 4 parts in a specific order. The first one is turning to the divine as you understand it, which I have chosen to use Spirit of Life. That's, I think, a favorite of a lot of folks around here. The song Spirit of Life is a beloved one. We've got the words to it up on the wall there. There's also the Creator. There's God, Goddess. So turning to the divine as we understand it with the hard things we have to say. Complaining. Anyone good at that? I'm very good at it. I bet some of you could have raised your hands more higher. There's asking for help to feel the presence of love or for justice and so on. And there's trusting, making the choice to have faith that you will be held in love no matter what you are going through. And so using a modification of this structure, my beautiful, trusty, giant pad of paper here. I've got some things up there on Zoom that loosely match this, what we're going to be doing, so folks online can see it as well. We're going to write a lament together that reflects the struggles and needs of our own community right here this morning. So I'll read each element, and then I would like folks to share your responses out loud. I'll repeat them so the folks online can hear them, and I'll also write this down. So we've got part 1, where some things going on that are hard. And I think we probably can come up with a lot of those very easily. The next part is a bit more tricky. Sometimes we don't want to think about this part, but this part is this makes me feel. Part 3, we're going to talk about, and yet I know this to be true about love. Part 4, because of what we know that is true about love, we will. And part 5, we will just lift it up to our version of spirituality, the Creator, the divine, whatever it is we feel in our own hearts to use. So, number 1, anyone have anything they'd like to uplift? It can be personal, it can be more broad, it can be about community. Some things that are going on right now that are hard. Tumbler Ridge, that is a very big one. Oh, okay. This is great. We got a volunteer. Tumbler Ridge. Sorry, I was a bit distracted there. I heard something else come out. Ice. Wish it would just melt, hey? Cuba. Fascism. Aging parents. Illness. Transphobia. That is not hard to come up with them. We're coming up with them faster than we can write, hey? All right. Number 2, this makes me feel hopeless, sad, angry, frustrated, scared, distanced, incapable, exhausted. One of mine that I often feel is a big word, a $2 word maybe, impotent. Like there's nothing you can do. Any other ones sticking out there for anyone before we move to the next one? Lonely. Solidarity. Yeah, we don't only have to be feeling negative, painful things about this. There can also be other feelings that come up. Part 3, and yet I know this to be true about love. And I haven't given Reverend Samaya a lot of room to write here, but what do we know that's true about love? Unconditional. Love will prevail, I think I heard back there. We need each other. It's healing. It's at the center. It's big enough. It's universal. Jared, I missed yours, sorry. It's complicated. Oh. It grows. One thing that I know about love is that it's there even when we don't feel it. So because of that, we will what?
Lead with kindness.
Lead with kindness.
Be hopeful.
We will be hopeful. We will forgive ourselves. Heather, I think I missed yours there. Sit quiet. Support each other.
Speak the truth.
Speak the truth. Even when it's hard? Oh, even when it's hard. Okay, we're going to speak the truth. We're going to be brave. We're going to listen. Persevere. We will gather. You know, when we were doing part 2, I kind of felt my heart just squishing into itself in sadness, and I'm hearing all these words, and I'm like, oh. Listen to the wisdom.
Stay off social media.
Ah, I need that tattooed on my wrist. We will stay off social media.
Or at least ignore it.
At least maybe one day a week, right? Ignore it, social media. So our part 5, Spirit of Life, please. What are we asking the universe, the Spirit of Life, the Creator? What are we asking for from that?
Give us strength.
Give us strength. There's a few going on here. I think I heard peace from Dosha.
Patience.
Patience. Connection. Persistence. Humans are persistence predators. Whew, words. We're persistence predators. We can take over if we just keep going. Anything else? Compassion. Hope. Courage. Patience. Surround us. Oh, that's a good one. All right, so now I want to take this, and I want to share with all of us here our shared lament that we just wrote here this morning. Some things that are going on that are hard in this world right now are Tumbler Ridge, ICE, Cuba, fascism, aging parents, illness, and transphobia. This makes us feel hopeless and angry and impotent and lonely and sad, and also like there's solidarity. And yet we know these things to be true about love. Love is unconditional. It is healing. We hold it at the center. And because of that, we will lead with kindness. We will support each other. We will persevere and gather together. Spirit of life, or whichever word you need in your heart, give us strength, peace, patience, connection. Help us persist, hope with compassion and courage, and please surround us. Amen. And now, if there are any children here, I would like to invite them and the youth, if there are, to come down for the youth and children programming part of the morning. And please sing us down. Thank you.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious love, we hold you in our love as you go.
Each February, our For Others offering invites us to practice love that reaches beyond the walls of this sanctuary. This month, our donations support the Canadian Unitarian Council's Sharing Our Faith program. This helps congregations all across Canada grow, experiment, and nurture ministries that strengthen connection, courage, and care. Giving to this fund is an act of healing and generosity. Each gift opens our hearts, helping to support communities near and far, to create spaces of courage and care, and to remind us that our love, when shared, can ripple outward in many ways we may never fully see. After the basket is passed, you are invited to come forward to light a candle or drop a pebble into our communal bowl as a tangible symbol of your intention and participation. Each flame or stone represents a commitment to opening our hearts, holding space for another, and contributing to the ongoing work of healing and belonging in our world. If this is your first time with us, please know that your presence is truly a gift. You are welcome to let the basket pass by and simply join in this gesture of connection, knowing that being here and being present is itself an offering of care. May this offering now be gratefully received, and may it inspire us to continue opening our hearts, both to ourselves and to each other and to the wider community we serve each and every day.
Matthew's going to be putting up a poster in Wickenden later about a concert that some of him and some of his friends are going to be doing, and we will be blessed to also offer a concert here. So we're working on that, so pay attention. Truly a brilliant pianist. Thank you, Matthew. You know, it is in sharing our joys and our sorrows that we practice what it means to be a community whose hearts remain open. This ritual reminds us that our stories, both spoken and unspoken, are part of a larger tapestry of love. When we name what we carry, we resist the instincts to close off, to harden our hearts. We choose connection instead. And so let us lift up those whose hearts are filled with joy this morning, a new home, a long-awaited reconnection, the simple beauty of this season. We celebrate with the Olympian athletes whose dedication and excellence offer moments of inspiration to us all. And from February 8th in our Joys and Sorrows book, may peace prevail in recognition of the 108-day march of the Buddhists south of here. When the Buddhists march, pay attention. Whatever is bringing you light and joy into your life, we honor it now. We have a very active chalice flame this morning. Today, we also light a separate candle for the families and community of Tumbler Ridge. They are carrying unimaginable grief and loss as they navigate heartbreak, fear, and the absence of safety. We hold them in our hearts with compassion and care. May this light remind us to stay present, to bear witness. Whoops, we'll do this one. I got mixed up. Let's also hold in our hearts those today whose hearts are heavy or tender. This week, we surround Mitch with care as he waits at Rocky View Hospital for tests in the next few days, and he would welcome visitors. So if you are interested and want to head out to Rocky View to visit Mitch, know that your visit would be more than welcome. We also hold Rachel and Vivica, Jason and Griffin as they deal with losing a beloved pet, a beloved family member. And most importantly, we hold Christopher Clark's twin brother. Many of you remember Chris. He was our office administrator here. His twin brother, Jordan, was arrested in Michigan on January 26th. He was an outspoken advocate in his community. We worry for his safety. In moments of uncertainty and strain, we resist fear and remember our commitment to dignity and compassion. And we light a final candle for the people of Cuba, whose courage and resilience are met with repression and whose voices are often silenced. When systems close in around human lives, we choose not to close our hearts. We hold their inherent worth and dignity in love and recommit ourselves to justice, equity, and the dignity of every single person. We have shared what we carry, joys that lift us, sorrows that weigh on our hearts. In naming them, we practice courage, the courage to let ourselves be seen. And now we move into a different practice, practice of being together in community, time when we are given permission to soften, to loosen, to empty, just enough to make a little more space. For hearts cannot fully receive love while still carrying fear, old stories, and unfinished pain. To welcome care and connection and healing, we must first make room within ourselves. In a moment, we will enter 2 minutes of shared silence. There's nothing to accomplish in this time, nothing to fix. Simply notice what is present for you. The heaviness, the tension, the tenderness. And imagine placing it into open hands, creating space for breath, compassion, and care. Silence offers us something rare, a chance to set something down. After our silence, the choir will lead us in a song called May I Be Empty. Let the words guide your heart, letting go of what closes you off and making room for connection, understanding, and renewal. May the silence soften us. May the music open us. And may we leave that space ready to love more fully, more freely, and more courageously. Let us enter silence together. You know, we all come into community carrying what is sometimes referred to as our own bag of bones. And by that, I simply mean the stories and the experiences and the inherited ways of seeing the world that shape who we are. Some of our bones make us laugh. Some make us limp. Some ache when the world breaks it open in ways that we never expected. This week, many hearts are aching. When violence struck the school in Tumbler Ridge, taking the lives of children and teachers, a place of learning became a place of fear. Even from afar, it reverberates. It reverberates in our bodies, our breath, and how we imagine safety for our children and our grandchildren. It is at times like this that I sometimes notice a voice speaking to me, not always my own, not always in words that I choose. Sometimes I hear it as spirit. Sometimes it's my capital S higher self. Sometimes it's the wisdom of the ancestors who have walked difficult paths before me. Today, you're going to get a little bit of that experience of what it's like inside of my head, with Peter providing a few readings from our hymnal, words that have guided generations and continue to guide me. I invite you to listen with your heart, letting them touch the places that ache and the places that can still open. To start with, I want to share a story from my teenage years. Many of you know, and for those of you who don't know, I come from a family with two deaf, and that's capital D-E-A-F, not T-H, parents. And I was always curious as to how the people perceived deafness in the world. And in my teenage years, there was this thing where everybody was doing improv. It was a thing. You know how it comes and goes. Well, I wrote deaf on one of the slips that we are invited to do, to write on. And we put them into a basket, and two people would go out, pick up two of the two words or on a slip of paper and act out a conversation between those two people. I'm here to tell you that teenagers can be cruel in those instances. I fled the room in tears. The way that those two teenage boys behaved was incredibly shocking. My heart closed that day. Even now, certain tones, jokes, or assumptions about deafness sends an electric jolt coursing through my body, temporarily taking over my entire body. Sometimes I can't even think when it happens. Have you ever had moments like that? Moments that mark you, that shape how safe the world feels for you? Moments that close your heart, even just a little? When violence happens like that in Tumbler Ridge, it presses on those tender places. It awakens old fears and closes hearts in ways that we don't even begin to notice. And yet, here we are, together.
James Griswold Williams writes that love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve the human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God. Taken from reading 471.
You know, those words remind me that love is not just a feeling. It is our doctrine. It is our guiding principle. The quest for truth is sacred, and service is our prayer. This reminds us that even when our hearts close, when past hurts or old stories make us hesitant and fearful, like the day I fled that improv class in tears, we have the ability to choose to respond with love, with curiosity and care. And when we do, it's in those moments that our hearts begin to open again, even when it feels risky. Now, I've been known to say that we all come into this community laughing and limping and loving and doing the very best that we can. And sometimes we bump into each other's stories in ways that activate that electric jolt in our bodies. It's in those moments that we are asked to remember our trips, our stumbles, and the hurts. We're asked to remember that they don't define us. It's how we respond that defines us. Do we respond or react from fear or anger or judgment? Or do we pause, breathe, regulate ourselves before we hit send on that email? Do we regulate ourselves so that we can listen with open hearts to one another's truths, another reality, and respond with curiosity and care? Every response adds to the story that we tell about ourselves. Individually, it shows the kind of person that we are striving to be. Collectively, it tells the story of our congregation, whether we are a community that silences, excludes, and clings to old habits, or a community that listens and learns and opens our hearts, expanding the circle of care. And here's the beautiful truth, my dear ones. The stories that we write now, our choices, our courage, our love, shape what's possible tomorrow. So I invite you to just, for now, simply notice the old stories, the old hurts that feel heavy on your heart. Next week, we're going to create space to offer them up, to let go, and to actually make room to open our hearts wider. Could we have...
And so too, Reverend Samaya, I remember the words of William F. Schultz. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile act of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands. Taken from reading 459.
Right. Thank you for that. Schultz reminds us that our mission is not only inward-facing, but it's outward-reaching, that hospitality is fragile and it requires attention and courage. In weeks like this one, that fragility feels especially real. When violence happens, when a school becomes a place of terror, something in us instinctively contracts. Our body responds before our theology does. Our hearts try to protect themselves, much like mine did. That contraction can sound like, I don't want to talk about this, it's too much. It can sound like, oh, it happened there, it's not here. Like Chris's brother, it's happened in the States, it doesn't affect us here. It can show up as tight shoulders, shallow breath, avoiding the news, retreating into familiar circles, or telling ourselves that that is just how the world is now. These are not failures. These are human responses to heartbreak. And they are also moments of choice. When our hearts close to protect us, they can also close to one another. Community healing asks something very different. Not that we force our hearts to open, but that we stay present long enough for love to do the work. Even when our hearts feel tight with grief or fear, love can move quietly through a breath, a gesture, a song, the witnessing of another's pain. So I'd like you to prepare yourself for the choir to sing its anthem, Love Breaks Our Hearts by Jason Shelton. I invite you to let the words and the music wash over you. Let them remind you that grief and love are intertwined, that our hearts break open so that they can open again and again and again. Listen with your whole being. Yes, indeed, love breaks our hearts. In moments of crisis, when violence shakes a school or tragedy touches a community, our bodies can jolt with a shock, with fear or grief. And in those moments, misinformation spreads quickly, rumors take hold, and assumptions can run ahead of the truth. Sometimes we feel that physically in our hearts when we are presented with it. We feel a tightening or a hesitation, a sense of contraction. When we hear a story that someone is spreading that isn't whole, or a rumor that twists reality. To be a community of healing, especially in the wake of events like Timberlake Ridge, we are called to more than sympathy. We are called to face our own truths, histories, and wounds with steady eyes, to notice how our hearts respond, to resist the pull of fear, of distortion. Healing requires discernment as much as empathy. Being a healing community means that we see ourselves honestly in terms of ourselves and the hurts that we carry, the stories that shape us, and the times our hearts have closed off rather than opened. It means noticing how fear, old conflicts, or unexamined patterns shape our responses. Here at Calgary Unitarians, we know this work. We have been through this. We have faced partial stories about the mural going up. We have faced miscommunications around ministry and leadership. And circulating assumptions have caused pain and division. I can tell you that when we have lived through those similar experiences recently as a community, our policies, like our disruptive behavior policy and the covenant of right relations, have helped us to respond with clarity and accountability and care. Those conscious choices shape who we are and who we are becoming. To be a community of healing is to hold multiple truths at once, and to hold the fact that sometimes we have fallen short, and we have also acted with courage and integrity and love. It asks us to engage one another and the wider world with honesty rather than with gossip, clarity rather than with distortion, and hearts open to love rather than fear. When we face our history and our heartbreaks with steady eyes and open hearts, we become better able to offer love that is courageous and consistent. And that is the covenant that we share here. Not just words, but the daily choice to show up with integrity, compassion, and courage.
James Philip Blake puts it this way: love is the spirit of this church. Service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes.
You wanted to finish? That's reading number?
473. Yes.
Yes! Those words call to us to expand our circle, to move towards inclusion, and to act with integrity and generosity, even when the path is difficult. Each choice to act in love helps our hearts to open wider. So I invite you now to reflect and pause. And as you go through this coming week, notice where your own habits and fears and assumptions might be narrowing your circle. It's okay if it does. You are not a bad person. We all do it. The trick is to notice it when it happens and go, oh, look at me. There I go again. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what else I can choose instead of this response. Bring those reflections into next week's service, when we will gather for a ritual of letting go. We will create space to release what no longer serves us, so that love can overflow into our hearts and into the life of this beloved community. When I think back to my own story, that day in high school, when my heart closed in response to how deafness was treated, I remember how raw that moment felt and how long it took for my heart to open again. What helped it to open was connection, understanding, and care from others who witnessed me, who saw me, who respected my pain, who acted with love rather than judgment. In this work, we practice love widely, reaching beyond what is familiar, comfortable, or easy, and we do it together. Each small act of courage, each moment we open our hearts, expands our circle of care and builds a stronger, more healing community. Our hymn number 354, We Laugh, We Cry, found in our gray hymnal, by the way, if you need it, invites us to feel the full range of our shared humanity, the joys, the griefs, and the connection and the love that binds us. So I invite you to join with the choir in singing verses 1, 3, and 4. We're skipping 2. Got that? 1, 3, and 4. We laugh, we cry. While the choir is taking their seats, I want to just take a moment and express my deep appreciation to Ned for leading our choir right now. And I know Ned would not mind me saying this at all, that if you know of somebody that would be a good music director for Calgary Unitarians, you get them to submit their resume to us because we want to talk to them. My dear ones, go from this place with hearts that are wide open and tender. Notice what is heavy, yours and the world's, and meet it with care. Carry courage to hold your own pain gently, and generosity to witness the struggles of others without turning away. See clearly. Act with compassion, speak with honesty, grace, and love. Let the love we have shared here flow outward into the world. And may the light and the warmth that you have found here remind you to keep your hearts open to yourself, to others, and to the possibilities of love and healing in this world.
As we gently extinguish this flame, may the warmth of courage, compassion, and love travel with you into the week ahead. May we carry an awareness of our old patterns and stories, responding with care when our hearts are closed, extending a welcome and a warm embrace of healing to those around us as we go. Though the flame before us dims, its light lives within each of us. It reminds us that every act of love helps heal ourselves, our community, and the wider world. As Reverend Samaya extinguishes our chalice, you are invited to take a spark of this light and place it on your heart to remind you to keep it open, always ready to welcome, to care, and to love boldly. It takes many hands to create a Sunday service. Thank you to everyone who made it possible, Ned and Matthew, our AV team. Whether you were brewing coffee, handing out orders of service, staffing the booth in the back, or helping in countless other ways that make this congregation shine, your efforts truly light up this space. Next week, we invite you to join us for a ritual of letting go, a time to bring forward the stories, the fears, and the habits that weigh heavy on our hearts. Together, we will offer them up, creating space for our love to expand, our hearts to open that much wider, and for the quiet renewal that comes when what no longer serves us is released. For those joining online, you can connect with others by following the link that was provided in the order of service. There is also a link there in the YouTube chat. Before you all disappear, though, those of us here in Panabaker want to extend a welcome because we are so glad that you joined us this morning. Let's wave to everyone online. For those of us here in Panabaker, you're invited to coffee and conversation in Wickeden right after the service. As the postlude begins, every one of us is invited to follow Reverend Samaya out the doors for coffee and conversation, or stick around, soaking in the beautiful music that Matthew has prepared for us.